Okay, so I'm going to share with you guys a quick story. My story looks like this, and some of you may look at me and you're like, oh, Kristie, you've always been, if you know me, I'm kind of bubbly. I talk a lot. I get excited. I have a lot of enthusiasm. But you guys, when I started in this industry, I was like this. Don't look at me. Don't see me. Don't let there be a hair out of place. Don't let anybody be able to be critical of me. Don't let anybody be able to say anything about me. I was so insecure. And this was 13 years ago. I had worked as a nurse. I had led big teams in that world. But when I came into the online space, it was different. I had to get vulnerable. People I knew could see me. What? I would be on there and I would be like, oh, shoot, my best friend from high school just popped on. Oh crap. I remember my old boyfriend came on and I was like, oh no. And I ended the live and I was like, done. I'm like, done. I am not doing that. How many of you guys have ever felt like that, right? You get in this space and it's like, it makes you grow in ways that you never even knew were possible. So here I am, a mom of five. I have five kids and seven and under. And I was burnt out. I was exhausted. I was working full time. I found this space by accident. Like Krista was talking about, I got in it because I loved makeup. I got in it for the discount. And you guys, I worked 3.5 years in this industry and I got nowhere. I got nowhere. I was stuck. So maybe some of you guys have been like I was, where you're like, Kristie, I can relate to that. I was stuck. And I'm going to tell you guys how I got unstuck because there was a major shift that happened for me. But first, here I was. I'm going through the motions. I'm showing up like everybody does. I am doing everything wrong. I'm reaching out to people in the DMs. I had to go back and apologize later. I am so sorry I showed up that way. And there I was going through the motions. And then I shifted. I started a new business. And it was a business where we were launching the US and we had a backing of a 50-year-old company in Europe, and my business exploded. I didn't change anything. I changed my vehicle, right? And then we're going to fast forward a little bit. Had a lot of things happen, had businesses go great, had businesses not go so great. 6 months ago, I had this crazy guy reach out to me in my DMs. Some of you may know him. Tom Challen reached out to me. What's up, Kristie? He actually said to me, here's the tea. Okay. And I was like, oh boy, here we go. I got something. What's happening? And I was like, no, I'm focused. I'm busy. And I ghosted him. I ghosted him 3 times. Did not even respond. Who does that? This girl. I wasn't trying to be mean. I was focused, you guys, right? So how many of us have people ghosting us every day? They ghost us. They don't follow up. But guess what? He kept reaching out to me over and over. I think it was 3 times in 1 week. And he finally said, stop what you're doing and watch the video. And guess what I did? I stopped and I watched the video. And you guys, I knew right then and there that God called me here. I knew it. You know why? The things that I saw in that video, and it wasn't even necessarily the video, it was what I saw in that video. Was it a perfect video? Probably not. We think about what kind of video are we going to share? Which one should we share? If somebody's ready, they're going to know it and they're going to see it. And I saw it and I was like, wait a minute. I may not be traveling all the time, but this is travel. And almost every person on the planet is doing it, whether it's for kids' sports or it's for something else, right? And they're doing it. Okay, that makes sense. Compensation plan, no brainer. Hello, right? The training, they care about us, big deal. And guess what? What really stuck out to me was what happened the first time I had success in business. We were in the pre launch and I got to do it all over again. So it didn't make sense for me. I was completely broke. My business had plummeted 5 months prior. Tom didn't know that. If you had seen me online, it looked like everything was great. So we think about that, right? We see people online. We think everything is good. They don't need us. Tom didn't know that, but that was an answer to a prayer for me. I needed this. And so I saw this and was about to leave for Norway for 2 weeks on a trip that my parents were bringing us on. I was not paying for this thing. I did not have the money to get started. I'm just being vulnerable here. It was crazy. I went to my husband and I said, Dan, I really think I'm supposed to do this. And crazy enough, he said, yeah, which made no sense because we were like spending half the money that we had saved up and we got on it. And while I was in Norway, I started launching my business and it absolutely exploded. And I want to share with you guys why. I got loud. Loud is not my nature. Loud was not who I was 13 years ago. And I don't mean loud, I was excited. I was going live all the time. I was so excited that people were reaching out to me and they said, "Okay, I'm reaching out to you because you're so excited. What is happening?" Right? And it shifted everything. So some of you guys are on here and you're like, "But Kristie, I can't go live every day. But Kristie, I can't show up like that. But Kristie, these people look like they got it all together." Half these people online were like me, you guys. They're struggling. They're broke. They're not making the money it looks like they're making. And they need this opportunity. They need it. They need us to reach out in the messy, in the ugly, in all of that stuff. Right. And so there I was. And I said, "Okay, here I am. We're going for this." And I started to make money while I was in Norway. And I sat there and I sobbed because I said no to this so many times. So today you have the opportunity to reach out to the people that need this, that you don't even know need this yet. That it's going to change their lives. It's going to change the trajectory of where their family is headed. This is what we have. I'm getting the goosebumps. So I want you guys to think about something. I got a little thing I want to share with you here, right? So we talked about the fact that a lot of you guys are holding back. I get it. I was too. I started with 200 friends online, but guess what? We have the most incredible training here. We've got Tony, we've got the corporate staff, we've got a 90-day blitz. You get to skip past those 3.5 years that I had. And you have people coming together and they're going to show you how to do this. If you plug in, if you're willing, coachable, and hungry. And then here's the tips I want to leave for you guys tonight that shifted everything. I stopped looking at myself and I started looking at other people. That was the shift that I made. I stopped caring if I had a hair out of place. I stopped caring if I didn't say the right words and I didn't say the things, just perfectly, because I knew that when I spoke, if it was the person that was supposed to do it with me, it was going to be the right words. So I want you guys to look at being imperfectly perfect. People need you now. People don't need the finished version of you. They need the version you're going through now. Start to teach them. Start to take them on the journey with you. See people. I wrote the word down, this word down. I wrote the word seen down. What are most people looking for? They're looking to be seen. They need to be seen. They want to be heard. So, seen, S, share real stories. E, express emotion. Get into your stories. Let them see that. E, echo their experiences. What is it they need to feel from you? See them. And then N, name the next step. What is it they need to do next? What does that look like for them? So you're telling them the story. Here is where I was. You're a collector of stories, right? Or here is where Tony was, or here is where Krista or Amanda was. And here is where you could be. Paint it for them. That's what changes everything. That is what changed my business from Kristie, the insecure, scared girl, who, if somebody had told me 13 years ago, Tony, that I'd be on this with you, I would have said, "You're crazy, pants. You're nuts. There's no chance I'm talking to people." And look what God did. So it's such a blessing. And I know so many of you guys, you dropped a one, and I just want to encourage you. The next time you talk, I want you to drop a two. And that two means that you are stepping into the version of yourself that you were created for. Let's do it. Let's go.